What are you doing? What are you doing, silly girl? Yep. Well, Zippo's doing laundry. Zippo's doing all kinds of stuff. I need to get me a beverage. And then we're going to get this video started. I think. Yes, let's. It is hot out. You guys have never known me to drink, but these grape sodas are good. They're just hard sodas. Let's draw the name for the KLX 250S Kawasaki. What do you say? And just so Bruce knows, I'm going to show him. That would be the seat that I had the knife resting on. No harm. I was very, very careful. So we're good there. I already went over all the new stuff that I got, but I do want to go over and show you guys all the parts that came in that we need to get put on Smokey. Here's one new part. Cool. I got my flag mounted. But give me just a second to set the camera up, and we will take Zippo Varga hat and all the names, and we will draw a name for the Kawasaki. So hang on. Alright, are we ready? That way I can't see either. I'm going to pick one piece of paper. We got it. Let's see what the KLX's new name is. Okay. Ron, you picked the bike's new name. And it actually turned out really, really well. I was worried about a lot of the names. You ready? The KLX 250S is officially Zipper. And it's very appropriate, because I'm Zippo. It's Zippy. It's my little zipper. Sweet. Alright, Ron, congrats. You have named the KLX 250S Kawasaki. Right on. I'm happy with that. You guys want to know what a runner-up would have been? Let's just see what a runner-up would have been here. It would have been Chris B. Critter's suggestion of Jira or Godzilla. I'd have been alright with that too. I actually would have been alright with most of the names, but we got it. Zipper. Now let's get on to the rest of this video. Give me a minute to get out to the shop. Actually, it's going to be right about now. Uh-oh. Is that a Vanguard V-twin sitting there? It sure is. What happened to that Vanguard V-twin? I think we all know what happened to that Vanguard V-twin. It was actually a double whammy. That happened. I just picked this engine up yesterday, or day before yesterday, from my good buddy Biggie Rat. The gentleman that owned it wanted to just go ahead and replace it with a new engine, so he got a new Vanguard. There is nothing wrong with this engine that can't be fixed. He had made up his own little wiring harness for this, which was a big part of his problem, and he also had purchased a new coil. The new coil that he purchased was an incorrect coil, but the fact that he just ran his own wires, and in fact, let me see if I can still track them down. I know they're in here. Yep, I think that's it right there. Okay. See, he made his own wiring harness. So, you guys remember the Conquest? What happened to it? One of the diodes went out. Well, this is the original wire, and one of those diodes is bad. So I ordered that part, 20 bucks and 3 cents. So it's coming from Parts Tree, and it should arrive beginning of the week, and when it arrives we'll throw it on, but not before we get into the head and check the valve guides. They may have floated. If they have, I will do my repair on them like I did with my Intech on Winnie the Pooh. But it's got really good compression on both cylinders, 150 on each side. Now let's talk about the flub that I did. I wanted to clean my belt measuring stick, so I sprayed it down, and then when I went to wipe it down, I wiped all the numbers off. Not all of them. As soon as I noticed it, I quit rubbing. So I've got to go through and renumber the whole thing. No big deal, but that sucked. All just because I wanted it clean so I could see what I was doing. So there was that. Why is the wheel horse still here? Got everything, it's all done, it's wired, everything's the way it's supposed to be. Fires up the way it's supposed to, shuts off the way it's supposed to, does everything it's supposed to do, except for one thing. One thing. It doesn't charge. So it must have fried the wiring harness as well. So we've got to look into that and get that squared away. I don't really want to walk outside yet, because the old air conditioner that I said was dead, that I had to replace, I thought right before I rip it out of the wall, I'm going to give it another fighting chance. So what I did was I flipped it on, and I could hear the relay trying to start the compressor. So I went out back and I took a brass dowel rod and just tapped the compressor, and it came on. It started running. It's been running like a champ ever since. Here, you guys want to feel that nice cool air? Feel that, feel that, feel that. Oh yeah, that's the stuff dreams are made of. All right, it's about 90 degrees outside, and we're at approximately 80-ish in here, so 10 degrees cooler, but no humidity in here, so it feels really, really nice in here. Okay, so we've got this twin. It's a donor, it's mine. It was given to me for free, so I will have that as a spare in the event somebody comes in with a blown motor and needs a motor for their project. Or I may hoard it to myself and put it in Winnie the Pooh. It's an 18 horse. There's a 22 horse Intech in Winnie right now, but this 18 horse twin has plenty of power to do whatever I would do with Winnie the Pooh. So hang on just a second, I'm taking a drink of my grape soda and preparing myself for the walk outside into the heat wave. I just finished trimming a big branch out of ornamental pear tree in the front yard of my neighbor Brenda's house. As you can see, I've not gotten any further on getting stuff moved around for the mill. I had hoped to get that done this week. That did not happen, mainly because Zippo never has a chance to rest. It's just been a busy week. I picked up a 50-inch riding mower. It's an older one. No, that's not it. But this was a trash pick. Self-propelled. Doesn't look like it has had very much use at all. And clean the carburetor out. Runs like a top. There's only one problem with it. I wasn't the one that trash picked it, so it was dropped off for a repair. I get just a little bit of money for straightening it out, and I have a feeling the neighbor, yeah, here they come. Here comes Zayla and Josh. So I'll holler at you guys in just a second. Alright, we're back again. Gee whiz. About 35 minutes has elapsed. And yeah, I'm back in the shop. I just had Kent come by and pick up the trash picked push mower. And Azalea and Josh came by just for a quick visit. But when I went to Ron's day before yesterday to pick up that engine. He had an old MTD Tradesman sitting there, and it's got a 50-inch deck. Looks like it's bigger than 50-inch. I'll have to measure it, but it wouldn't fit in the back of the truck, so I had to grab the big trailer. Got all the side panels and everything for it, and it had sat in a gal's barn for a couple of years because she had replaced it. It's got good rubber, engine runs good, but what the engine is becoming scarce. It is a big twin Onan. Yes sirree, there's some good power there. So I've got some, it may be a train wreck, it may not be. I'm going to find out. If it's not too bad, I got to machine some parts for the front end, namely bushings, and also weld the hole up for the drag link in the steering arm. Weld the hole up and re-drill it because it has wallered out and it's more like a slot now. Do a little bit of tinkering here and there and see if it's going to come back to life. The deck spindles are needing some attention, so I've got to pay some attention to them. But I don't know if you can see the gauge of the steel on that deck, how thick that steel is. That deck is very, very thick and heavy gauge steel. This is back when MTD made a quality machine, in my opinion. I'm not sure of the year on it. We've got an engine model and a serial number, and I'm not sure what year. Got the engine model and all that. I might be able to find out that way. But it says use unleaded gasoline only, which is nice. Tells me it's got hardened valve seats. But this is going to be something that I'll work on in the spare time when I'm not working on everybody else's stuff. This, you guys may remember, I put together for my neighbors right there in that house right there. And this, they use it and abuse it, and that's the way they did the old Lone Boy LT12. They just used it and abused it. But it's 16 horse hydrostatic drive, 46 inch. They get their yard done pretty quick with it. It snapped the drive belt for the mower deck. So I got online, it told me to get a 1/2 by 86 inch belt. I did. Yeah, that wasn't right. It's a 1/2 by 70 inch, so I'm going to be yanking my belts down from up over there to see if I've got the right size belt, because I did get the 86 inch right there, but it didn't work. Anyway, so that's what's going on at the immediate moment. Got to change the alternator out on this. I'm probably going to go to an AC alternator, as long as the flywheel will support it, and put a rectifier in. Then this one, we're going to investigate this head. We'll probably go ahead and pop this valve cover off too and just inspect there, make sure that's alright. I'll check the main oil seal, make sure that it's okay. But it should give me, you know, plenty of service. Of course, I'm going to clean it all up and everything, get it looking half decent. But yeah, Zippo's got a Vanguard with a brand new air filter. I see. I didn't notice that before. See if the whole thing's new. Yeah, brand spanking new air filter. Whoa! And spare bolts. That's funny. One of them just fell on the floor. Where'd it go? Those are probably the ones that were missing. There it is. So cool, they're still there. He just threw the air cleaner on. I would have started this thing up and not known those were there. Had I not opened that cover up, I probably would have had it off anyway. But at any rate, there we go. 18 horse Vanguard V-twin in the house. It's a 777 engine. Just a second, I'll show you the whole number here. It's right here on the tins. right there. Okay, 356, whoop, 356 777, and it was made in 2003, so it's a 15-year-old engine. Not too bad, not too shabby. I have to check with Ron, see how many hours are on it, if he even remembers. But that was a freebie. The MTD was almost a freebie. And I was talking about Smokey and all the parts that I've got ready for Smokey now. So I got my shipment in, and my shipment gave me everything else that I need to get old Smokey back in shape. It's all right here. I've already got the new mirrors on it. See if I'm in the picture. There we go. Got the new mirrors on it. Got my crush rings for my exhaust manifolds. I got that, or my exhaust headers. A couple of oil filters. I think I've already talked about that if I posted that video. We've got 2 sets of shoes. This will be front, but the front and back are the same part number. There is the 3rd set. We've got the back brakes taken care of. Fork seals, so we can replace the leaking fuel, or leaking fork seal, and just go ahead and replace both at the same time. And I have intake manifold gaskets, which are a must for the job that I'll be doing to replace the stator. I also need to get a case cover gasket. But this, from Rick's Motorsports, all this comes compliments of Cycle Recycle 2 down in Indianapolis, Indiana. And you can call them, they will ship any parts that you need. But there's their contact information. Rob and Angie and Jonathan are great people down there. They just work their tail off for you and do anything that they can to help you. But there's their email address. If you want to pause that, you can get all the information off of them, and you can read that and know that they've got your motorcycle needs covered. Okay, and then we've got the new stator. And this is a updated stator that is supposed to be much better than the stock factory stator. So there we go. There's the beauty right there. So we'll get that sucker installed at some point. Good Lord. You reckon somebody's wanting to get my attention? Holy cow. Text and text and text and text and text. Let's get that back box. Get in. Okay. So we've got all that stuff to do to the GL 1200, the Goldwing, Smokey. And that stuff, those repairs will be coming up possibly on the channel. I know that I'm not a motorcycle channel, but in my opinion, and I've said it before, it is still a small engine. Of course, 1200 cc's, I guess, does not really qualify as a small engine anymore now, does it? But some of you guys really enjoy the motorcycle videos. So, is it 1100 or 1200? I don't remember now. Anyway, I think it's a GL 1200. But the GL 1000, Willie, in all of its infinite glory. It's a nice bike, but now I've got Smokey, so I really don't need this, so it's going away along with the other bike. If any of you guys are interested, shoot me an email at zippovarga@gmail.com and we can talk particulars. It's certainly not showroom, but it is a good beginning, and it charges great. It's a good beginning. Needs a little bit here and there. It needs exhaust headers. The ones that are on it have pinholes in them. Carburetors need gone through. Valves need adjusted and needs new timing belts. I've got the timing belts. And I've also got a radiator hose that has the proper bends in it for you to replace the radiator hoses. Let's see, what else? I guess that about rounds that out as far as Willie goes. But Willie's available. And Willie will also come with a complete parts bike. titles for both. The parts bike is another 1975 GL1000, and that is this one here. And when I say complete, it is complete. Complete. Everything from the carbs all the way down to the exhaust manifolds. And these exhaust manifolds may be in good enough shape to put on Willie. I don't know. This is the engine that was ran, overheated, and scorched number 3 cylinder. 1 and 3, 2 and 4. 1, 3, 4. It might be number 4. This rear one right here. It's only pushing 50 pounds. All the rest are pushing 120. Of course, my marker has since been washed away, but yeah, it was 120 psi on the other 3. But I mean, a radiator, everything. That bike is also complete, front to back. And it's got a lot of parts on it that have been polished that would come back really quickly that could go on Willie. It's also got floorboards. I also have another set of floorboards, of AAA floorboards with heel-toe shift that you can put on Willie. Where are they at? I don't even remember what I did with them. I think they're up in the loft. But there's a boatload of parts up in the loft for Willie. Nope, there's the floorboards right there. Right there. There's the heel-toe shifter, all the hardware and all that. Everything's there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and round it out. This was just a catch-me-up video and also a video to name the Kawasaki. So it is now named Zippy. We're golden. This is your friendly neighborhood Zippo. If you guys want to watch me bring this engine back to life, give me a thumbs up and we'll get her done. And I also had a really positive response to the Who is Zippo video. So you guys can look forward to a part 2 where we will go through and just a continuation of my life, since you guys seem to enjoy it so much. We'll get another one out there. I aim to please. Alright, that's it. Friendly neighborhood Zippo. We will catch you guys on the next one. I am out of here.